everyone, and welcome to episode 5 of Paranormal Among Us. Before we get to chatting with Russell Reynolds of Beyond Life Paranormal Research in Missouri, I want to share with you a quick story. This one from Brittany from Iowa. I had been married to my husband Jim for almost 45 years when he suddenly passed away from a heart attack last January. With all of my kids grown and out of the house, I only had the company of my golden retriever Max. When Jim was alive, we never let Max sleep in bed with us. But the night after Jim had died, Max jumped up in bed with me, laying his head on Jim's pillow and kind of resting his paws on me, almost like he was letting me know that everything was going to be okay. This happened for several weeks, when one night I woke up to hear Max's feet clicking on the hardwood floor in our family room downstairs, like he was needing to be let outside. When I made my way downstairs, I found something shocking. Max, in fact, wasn't needing to be let outside, but instead, Max was wagging his tail like crazy and dancing around the house like he was very happy to see someone return home, like he did when Jim or I came home. I truly believe Max saw Jim come home that night, and Max was very happy to see one of his favorite humans return home. Thank you, Brittany. Now, if you have a paranormal story that you would like to share with us, please email me at paranormalamongus72@gmail.com. That's paranormalamongus72@gmail.com, and I'll read it on a future episode. And Russell, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate you coming on here.
Oh, thanks for having me. Glad to be here.
Yeah, and how long have you been doing paranormal
Almost
investigating?
30 years.
30 years?
Yeah, almost 30 years.
Why did you start? What got you into this?
I had an experience when I was a kid. I lived in a haunted house and I saw my first apparition at 6 years old.
Really?
And as I got older, I started seeing more and more, especially with my neighbors. I was at their house a few times and I've seen some stuff. Their house was pretty old, 1800s. So
Wow.
that kind of sparked my interest to help people with it.
Uh-huh. And
And
is
it
this
went on from there.
really? This is in Breckenridge, Missouri?
I'm actually originally from New York State, is where I grew up.
Oh, New York State. Okay. Um, so tell me about the house that you grew up in. That's kind of interesting.
Uh, it ended up being I saw a Civil War soldier, and
Oh,
strange
really?
things would happen at night. My dad think us kids were playing with the heat because the heat would be turned down, but we were still too little to reach it.
Yeah.
And toilets would flush at night, water would turn on, lights would turn on and off on their own. You hear footsteps coming up and down the stairs. Us kids slept upstairs.
Yeah.
And when I saw that apparition, it was about 3 o'clock in the morning. He was standing in my doorway just looking at me. And I'm one of those kids that kind of get scared, put the blanket over your head. It's not real, it'll go away.
Right.
And I did that. And then when I looked back up, he was gone.
Wow.
And the dog would dig at a wall all the
Yeah.
time. And my dad wanted to open the wall up, but he didn't get a chance to. And then we ended up moving out, and several other people had rented the place and they wouldn't stay there.
Really?
And I
So,
mean, my mom's knickknacks would get moved all over the place. They were telling me a story where I had gone to school. My mom did my laundry, put it upstairs on my bed, and folded it up. My
mhm.
dad went by, my laundry scattered all over the floor.
Really?
And none of us kids were home. We were all in school.
Huh.
And so after we moved out, other people moved in, didn't stay. And then shortly after, as I hit teenager age, I found out a little more about the house. A couple from New York City had bought it and they renovated it and they opened that wall up that my dog used to dig at. They found Civil War maps, uniforms, guns, hospital equipment,
Wow.
and come to find out it used to be a Civil War base and hospital.
Really?
So they've had several confirmed deaths in there.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know to this day if they still experience anything.
Have you ever gone back and investigated that?
No, they never would let us go in there at all.
Really? Well, that's pretty cool. Pretty cool way to start this.
Oh yeah.
Um, so you started, how long have you been doing Beyond Life paranormal research?
I started Beyond Life Paranormal Research in New York State about 2006, and then
Okay.
I moved to Missouri in 2012 and started Beyond Life Paranormal Research Missouri, and it's been running ever since. And it's kind of boomed for us. I mean, we're booked out through this whole year,
Wow.
and now we've gotten asked to take over Cold Spotters Missouri for Rob Demarest and Amanda Quill,
Hmm.
which is a big honor for us because everybody knows Rob from Ghost Hunters International, and for him to ask us to take over Cold Spotters Missouri was a big honor for us.
Oh, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool.
And we pretty much investigate every weekend because we're so busy.
Yeah.
My phone rings day and night.
So what kind of so you go do residential or do you do what else do you do?
We do residential. I mean, we've done some bigger hunts, like we've done Waverly Hills Sanatorium.
Hmm.
We got invited out there last May with another team, and the team leader was actually a guest on your show,
Oh, Michael McDonald?
Aunt Angela.
Oh, Angela. Okay. Yep.
She invited us out, so we went out there with them and did an investigation out there one night,
Oh, cool.
which was a awesome experience.
Yeah, that's pretty
We had
awesome.
a lot of activity.
Yeah. My cousin has done investigations at Lemp Mansion here in St. Louis, and she
Okay,
said
yep.
that's pretty cool.
I've heard of Lemp Mansion. We're actually getting ready in June here to go to Missouri State Penitentiary with Angela.
Oh yeah, the in Jefferson City.
Yep.
Yeah, I heard that place is really cool.
Yeah. My one member, lead investigator, she's investigated it before.
Hmm.
This will be my first trip there.
How many team members do you have altogether?
There's about six of us now.
Six of you? Okay. Now, do you just do stuff in Missouri?
No, we travel. We're getting ready here in May to go to Ohio and do one. We're going to help a family out there.
Oh, cool, cool.
And we
So,
deal with a lot of demonic too.
yeah. Well, that kind of leads me into this question. Do you ever uh, get attachments after investigations, or
We cleanse ourselves after every hunt before we actually step foot in our vehicles.
okay,
We'll cleanse ourselves as soon as we get done. So we're being pretty good so far.
yeah,
Nothing following us.
well, that's good. Yeah, I've heard things following people home
Oh
and
yeah,
stuff.
we
So that
take that risk all the time.
yeah, I mean, I guess the more demonic ones that would be pretty nasty, but some of the other ones might not be too bad.
Yeah,
But so
we've
what
dealt with
kind
a
of
few.
huh?
We've dealt with a few,
Yeah,
and then
which
there's some that say it's demonic and it's actually not. Some is what people implant in their head.
hmm
We've had cases where people have been doing research on the internet and thinking they got something in their house, which is just an image they implanted in their mind, and started freaking themselves out. And we go there and there's nothing there.
yeah. Do you have a favorite place to go, or one that has produced a lot of evidence for you?
I would have to say it's a movie theater down in Marshall called Marshall Cinema, which was actually on an episode of Dead Files in 2012.
Mm.
And the episode's called The Madhouse that Amy Allen and Steve DeShavi did.
Hmm.
We were fortunate enough to come in there after Dead Files here. It's been about, I want to say, about 2 or 3 years ago now.
Okay.
And the place just keeps producing for us. Every time we go there, there's always something new. I actually had a member get partially possessed in there,
Really?
where she was digging her own face and didn't even realize she was doing it.
Ooh. So how did you recognize that? I mean, you guys are focused on investigating stuff. How did you see
Well,
when something
I
happens to
watched
it?
the video back because we
Hmm.
set up DVR cameras.
Uh-huh.
So I was watching the video back, and when she got up, she went to her husband because she thought there was something in her eye. He looked, and there was nothing. So she sat back down. You see her face just morph, and then she starts digging her face with her thumb again.
Hmm.
And then as we got up to go leave to go move to a next area, she says, "My face feels like it's on fire." So she went and looked in the mirror and she had 3 scratches down her face.
Hmm.
And at that time, we didn't know she self inflicted it, that something took her over and did it. And so when I played the video back, I started watching it. And you could see her face change to like somebody else. It looked like a guy's face.
Wow.
And from that day on, she won't come back with us
Oh, really?
and investigate. That scared her.
Oh, I bet. So what did you guys do to get rid of that?
The owner didn't want us to do any cleansings or anything in there.
Hmm.
And they don't bother her customers that come in there because it's still an active movie theater.
Oh, it is.
And they don't seem to bother the rest of us too much. I mean, my father's gotten pushed by something there. But
Hmm.
like 3 of us slept up in the most haunted part of the theater one night.
Hmm.
And, but nothing's really evil. I mean, we've caught some growls out of there on EVPs. I've caught like 20 EVPs out of the place.
Wow.
And
In
there's
one
one,
investigation or in
yeah, that was
overall?
just one investigation.
Wow.
Our first time there. And then it just varies. I mean, her staff members report stuff going on all the time in there. They'll be
Mhm.
in there cleaning and the seats will be going up and down, or they'll hear conversations.
Really?
So that's been our most interesting investigation.
Yeah.
Other
So,
than a private residence we did where a woman was actually on her way to being possessed.
oh wow.
That we watched a upside down cross get scratched into her neck while we were standing there talking to her, and her eyes rolled back in her head.
Really?
Yeah, she just took a whole different personality.
Now what do you guys do in that kind of situation?
I have connections with the demonologist in Springfield, Farah
Okay.
Rosedale.
Okay.
So anything beyond that, we call her, and then she takes it from there.
Yeah. That's
Because
pretty
since
scary.
we're not authorized to do any exorcisms or anything like that, we'll just go in to verify the evidence for them, and that's it.
Hmm. Okay.
But we find a lot people say it's demonic and it's just a regular spirit just trying to act like it.
Yeah. That's pretty
But
awesome.
we do a lot of home cleansings as well too. So
Hmm. All around the state?
yep.
That's cool. Um, so what is I guess what is the best evidence that you've ever had caught on camera or whatever?
The best one was a house I did in Chillicothe, Missouri. It's
Hmm.
built in the 1800s. It's got confirmed slaves in it. It was an old plantation house. And we had set up the cameras and then we left the house for a while to go eat dinner.
Hmm.
And when I reviewed the evidence, there's this figure comes from behind the curtains in the window. You see the nose, the mouth, and part of the eyes peek out, and then it fades back in quick, and then it comes back out again, and then just dissipates.
Hmm.
Is one of the best ones we caught.
Awesome.
And then there was another one we caught, a floating head at the movie theater on camera.
Ooh, what movie theater was that?
That one down in Marshall.
Oh, Down Marshall. Oh, that's
Yeah,
pretty
that's
cool.
one of the interesting ones. And then we did an old 1800 school, which burnt down and then they rebuilt it in 1909. I currently work there,
Hmm.
and we caught one of the bathroom doors were fully shut. One of my members shut it, and something pulls it open. You see fingers, all 10 fingers reach out the door and pull the door from the inside.
Really? Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that school is pretty haunted. I've been up there by myself at night, and I've
Yeah,
seen, heard things. I've heard whole conversations going on, and I'm the only one in the building.
really. Wow. Not on a spirit box or anything, just
Nope, nope.
wow. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
I try to stay away from those spirit boxes.
So what
I
kind
don't
of
like.
equipment do you use?
I got the millimeter with REM pod,
Hmm.
temperature, shadow detection. We do have the K2, which we use somewhat, but not too much because you can get false positives from them
Hmm.
because they pick up a lot of electricity. They'll pick up your cell phones, where like your REM pods will pick up your walkie-talkie frequencies.
Oh, okay.
That'll set them off. We've got thermal. We use our DVR cameras. I've got a full spectrum camcorder, night vision camcorder. I've got a Ghost Pro that's been modified to full spectrum. SLS Connect camera, which mine's heavily modified where it won't pick up tables or chairs or anything
Hmm.
like that. My
Awesome.
digital voice recorders. I have what they call a anomaly camera, which is
Hmm.
for like your orbs and stuff.
Yeah.
One side's night vision, one side's full spectrum,
Oh, wow.
which works pretty good for your debunking of orbs and dust and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I've got some motion detectors, static detectors, Dr. Goss meter,
Hmm.
and then we've got the little music box
Yeah.
because my lead investigator, she's got a bunch of equipment too that we use. She's got some trigger object dolls, like she's got one that if a ghost talks, it'll mimic it and repeat it back.
Okay.
And then she's got a motion activated baby that cries when
Oh,
something
really?
comes in front of it.
Oh, okay.
And she's been pretty useful for us. I mean, she just doesn't go off. I mean, you can walk past her a few times and she won't go off, and then all of a sudden you'll hear her go off when nobody's in the room.
That'll freak you out a little bit.
Yeah, it's freaked a few of our clients out.
Oh, I bet. I bet.
They
I
hear that
bet.
baby crying, they're wondering what's going on.
Yeah.
We had her at Waverly and she went off a couple times.
Yeah. That's cool. Um, so you have let's plug your YouTube channel and your TikTok. TikTok. I keep calling it TikTok. Where can people find you on YouTube?
It's Beyond Life Paranormal Research, the Missouri edition on
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay. All
And then
right.
my TikTok is DJ Ruthless 39 BLPRMO. And I've got some paranormal evidence and stuff on there as well.
Awesome. I'll have a link to that as well.
And then our Facebook page has got some stuff. You'll see some of our live videos because we do a lot of lives on Facebook and TikTok
Hmm.
with our clients' permissions. A lot of our clients like for us to do that, so it educates people.
And probably shows their friends that they're not crazy and
Yep.
claim, yeah,
But
yeah,
we never disclose like the client's name or anything. If
right,
we go to talk to the client, we stop the live. You'll just
right.
see us kind of investigating.
Hmm.
Our YouTube's got stuff from the old school that we've done,
Okay.
and I'm getting ready to post our Waverly video on there here before too long.
Okay, cool. So people can take a look out for that
Yep.
and make sure you subscribe to them too. So
And then
awesome.
I'll be filming down at Missouri State Penitentiary also.
That's going to be fun. That's going to be fun.
Yeah,
Now,
we're excited.
yeah, I'd be interested just to see what goes on in that gas chamber down there.
Yeah, I'm already told my members I'm gonna be the guinea pig for the gas chamber. Let them strap me in the chair.
Just as long as they don't turn it on.
Right.
Yeah.
I already did. I was a guinea pig at Waverly on the fourth floor surgery room. I laid
Yeah.
on the table and had my one member wheel me under a light,
Yeah.
and I played like I was sick, and one of our motion lights kicked on, and I went to sit up because I heard a noise and I couldn't move. It was like something was pinning me to the table.
Really?
And then we heard two women screams in the hallway.
Wow.
And we thought maybe it was the other team. They got scared or something because there were some women in that group
Yeah.
and Angela's group. And so we texted them, and they were up on the fifth floor out on the roof
Wow. So it
on the
wasn't them.
opposite side.
Yeah. Wow.
And then we were walking down the hallway headed back because you can only investigate till 4 a.m. So we were headed back, and this figure, probably about 5 foot tall, comes flying past my one member and I. He seen it, I seen it, and then it just disappeared.
Really?
And then Angela's team started coming in behind us, and I asked them if they seen it come down through there. They never saw it.
Yeah. Wow. That's cool.
But it was an interesting night at Waverly,
Yeah. Always a
especially in
fun
the
night
first
there.
floor,
Yeah.
because there's that man down there that doesn't like women, and
Yeah.
he was cussing at us that night.
I've seen a little bit of that on Angela's page, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, we had K2s lined up around the table along with my Mel meter with the REM pod, and the REM
Hmm.
pod was coinciding with the K2 meters.
Wow.
And then the one guy, he was a skeptic, so we were letting him ask questions, and it was cussing at him a lot.
Really?
And then it cussed at another woman, and then it cussed at me, which is a big inside joke. I get called an a-hole on
Oh, really?
EVPs all the time, yeah, from
Really?
entities. Because my line of questioning with them is direct and to the point,
Yeah.
and they don't like it. They want to beat around the bush, and I don't.
Well, yeah. You got a job to do, you know?
Yep.
You don't have time for that.
So,
Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. Well, Russell, I really appreciate you coming on here and talking with us, and best of luck to you. We'll be
oh,
watching.
I thank you. I
All right.
appreciate being on here, and if you ever need me on again, feel free to holler.
We'll do. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. All right. We'll be right back. My thanks to Russell Reynolds from Beyond Life Paranormal Research in Missouri for chatting with us today. Sounds like he's had some interesting experiences, both as an investigator and as a child growing up. We'll certainly keep in touch. And thank you for watching this episode today. Please make sure you like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the new content that'll be coming out. And a reminder, if you have a paranormal story that you would like to share with us, or would like to be a guest on the show, please email me at paranormalamongus72@gmail.com. That's paranormalamongus72@gmail.com, and I'll be in touch. Hope you all stay safe, and I'll see you on the next episode of Paranormal Among Us.